Hi, everyone. My name is Eric Mila, and I'm a sales manager at Hub Technology Group. At hubTGI, we're a managed service provider that's been helping businesses leverage technology to control costs, as well as maximize employee efficiency. At hubTGI, we provide many services. To name a few, we have our print technology, our managed print software, our voice over IP unified communications platform, as well as being a fully managed IT provider. I'm happy to announce that today we have Mirando Lal from Praise Cathedral on the call. Miranda, if you want to take a second to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about Praise Cathedral, that'd be great.
Hey, thank you, Eric, for having me and for having this conversation with me about your solutions that you have provided for us through Hub Technology. So my name is Mirando Lal, like Eric said. I'm the executive pastor here at Praise Cathedral. We are located in the Meadowvale community of Mississauga, and we have a congregation of over 1,200 members. And we do our best to stay connected with our members, even through the pandemic and all of that. And that's who we are as a church.
As kind of the times that we're all living in with COVID-19, I'd like you to maybe briefly speak to how COVID has affected the church and how you guys have been navigating that throughout the last year and a half.
It has affected us in major ways, especially because of the lockdowns. One Sunday in March 2020, you had 800, 900 people, and the following Sunday it's just the tech team and the preacher in the room, and it has never been the same since then. Our membership capacity here with social distancing is at a maximum of approximately 280. And so, we've basically been maxing out that since we have been back in the building. That's one way that it has affected us in terms of our attendance, but also in attendance is the way that we connect, one-on-one with our members. People would connect with each other. And so that social aspect of us meeting, while we're still able to meet the spiritual aspect virtually through prayer meetings and services and so forth, just that social aspect, I think, has affected us in a major way. And also because of the restrictions, our office has been operating just on different time-ins and so forth. A lot of guys have not been back in the office full time since the pandemic hit in 2020 March, so they're working remotely, and so that has impacted us also.
Yeah, and I know in your line of work and with the church, obviously COVID has had major effects, but it does sound like you're handling it well, and I think we're starting to see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel.
We are.
Hopefully, we can get back to kind of how things were prior to March 2020. I know you touched a little bit about people coming in and out of office. So as it stands right now, I know you have the one Xerox Ultalink C8045.
Right.
So I'd like to kind of speak to a bit about how your experience with the device has been, and with Hub Technology as a whole, beginning with the installation, the service, the account management, and leading us to where we are today.
So when we decided to change to the Xerox machine, I think this is our second machine that we got from Xerox. When our contract expired with the previous machine, we upgraded to this one, which gives the ability to fold programs when we're doing programs, and also for stapling capability, right? And so from our previous machine that we had with you, it just happened where one of your sales rep walked into our office, saw what we had, made a pitch for an offer, brought it to the relevant folks, discussed it, and saw how we could save, and saw how the technology was more advanced on the machine. Installation was easy. When it was time to replace that one, the swap out was easy. New installation happened, and a few days later, the old machine was picked up. As regards to servicing, that's awesome too, in terms of how we get the supplies for the machine. We just need to have them know that it's needed, and they know now because of how the system is set up and they're sent over, right? The pricing on the print is good. And so our experience with the machine is good. One of the things I like about it is the fact that, you can log in remotely into the machine if you're having any issue. So the fact that we're working from home, if something is going on that can be dealt with remotely, then we can do that. Of course, if there's a paper jam, we can't do that remotely, right? So somebody has to come in and deal with that. But overall, as it regards to the machine, service and just how from installation or from sale pitch to service, just has been great.
So I know you're also using our voice over IP phone systems there, unified communications. And
Right.
yeah, if you could briefly touch on why you chose our solution over any of the other vendors and why you decided to make the change from the phone system you previously had in place going towards our solution.
So before we went to the current voice over internet phone that we're using, we had the BCM system. I think that's what it's called. I came to Canada 10 years ago and joining the ministry here at Praise Cathedral. I inherited that phone system. I think I was here, what would have been 9 years before we migrated to this phone system. And I still was not able to use the features on the phone. I still wasn't able to change my voicemail stuff, greetings and so forth, because it was not user friendly.
Right.
And also because I feel the system was an old system that was outdated. And why I chose the voice over internet phone and of course the hubTGI service is because of the features that it offers and the user friendliness of the devices that we use, and also the program that is used to operate the phone. And it so happened that just before the pandemic, around about the end of 2019, was when we installed these devices, the new phone system. And then the pandemic hit in 2020 March for us here in Canada. And so the office was shut down. Like, the good thing is that now I can forward my extension to my cell phone. And so wherever I go, and if a voicemail comes in, it sends me an email, I can listen to the voicemail. So the way that it helped us to transition in this pandemic period was so much easier. And then changing the voicemail on the general greeting was just so easy because of the different things that was happening. So when people called, they would know that the office is closed, how to register for service. There was no service. All I had to do was just call the service desk and say, let's jump back to greeting 1 or greeting 3. And it was just done quickly like that, right? So experience has been very good with it, yes.
It's great to hear. And it sounds like the timing of it was perfect with COVID coming in last March. You guys were, set up to work from home properly. And it's great to hear, because I do believe that there's some of the apprehension that I've noticed through certain conversations in the business world is some people are a little hesitant to experience change or to move to a voice over IP solution. So to hear your experience and how it was seamless for all the employees making the transition and the ease of use with our platform, that's great to hear. So lastly, I'd just kind of like to touch on, I know you have the Xerox copier with us. You also have the voice over IP phone solution with us, and just maybe speak a little bit to your experience with hubTGI in general, having all of your office technology under one umbrella and kind of the benefits of that.
The funniest thing is that I did not make the connection with both services when we got the phone, because we had the copier, the machine first, but then we got the phone later. I really did not make the connection because I wasn't paying attention to realize that it was the same company that owned both, because I'm looking at my machine as Xerox, right? So I have a Xerox machine, so it's through a Xerox company, because I think that's how it was at that time, because I don't think you were a hubTGI at the time when we got the first machine. I think you changed after that time, right? Right.
Yeah, there was a change in name, yeah.
There was a change of name, right? So I did not make the connection. So it was not until I had one of my meetings with your team, Eric, and it was brought to my attention. oh, so you guys have the copier with us? And I'm saying, with you? And I'm saying, at that time now, the team made the connection for me. And then I realized that we had both technologies under the same umbrella company. But the team that supervises our program here is awesome. And one of the things I like about the service desk for the voice over internet phone is how accessible they are. When you call them, you get them. And just to share an experience that I've had with one of your guys over there from the service desk is I realized that my call conferencing feature wasn't working because I was trying to do a call conferencing and it wasn't working. So I decided to try and get it checked out to figure out what's going on. And so I called the service desk, and service desk, said, okay, leave it with me. I'll check on it and let you know. And then he had called me back to ask me to check it to see if it's working, but I wasn't in the office at the time, of course. And so Stephen said, okay, all right, next time you get to the office, check it and let me know. So because we work remotely and in the office, when I come in the office, I'm not thinking to check the call conference. I'm not trying to do a call conference at the time. And so he called a few times after that to just check to make sure it's working. He sent me email, and the bad customer that I am, or client that I am, I took a while to get back to him and to let him know. But what I loved was the fact that he was persistent in checking to see if the changes that he made work. I eventually remembered one of the days when I came in and checked, and it was working. So I just shoot him an email to say, hey, Stephen, thank you very much for your service. It's working. And that's one of the things I like with the service desk is that when they open a ticket, they follow through with what's going on, and they stay in touch with you through the process.
I'm happy to hear that through our services, it's helped Praise Cathedral navigate their way throughout these difficult times that we're all experiencing. And I do appreciate the time that you provided with myself and hubTGI today. Have a nice day.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. And it's great doing business with Hub Technology.
Thank you.